you join me in my Abarth 595 Trofeo. We're just leaving the local petrol station. It is blowing a flipping gale outside. I've got half my garden in with my feet. I've got a load of leaves in it, and it's very, very windy. And I'm going to Watford. I'm driving to Watford in a storm, so happy times. Dangerous times, shall I say. So the Apple CarPlay's on the screen. I've got my sat-nav on there, playing through obviously my phone, as you can see. So yeah, I'm giving you a clue of where I'm going. I'm going to Watford on my Todd, because we did something to the Abarth a little while ago, but we're not done yet. I'm going back to get something sorted, finally. I've been having to think about it. Sorry I haven't been posting for a while. I finally got myself a job back in the motor trade, and I'm absolutely loving it. So that's why obviously I've been paying most of my attention to that, and I haven't had anything to film because also I haven't been driving because of my wrist injury. But also, as you can tell now, my wrist is better. Well, not 100%, but my wrist is getting there, so I'm now able to use my left hand to change gear, which always helps. The roads are probably sketchy this morning. There's puddles everywhere. The wind's heavy. I've got how long have I got? An hour and a half on the road. The car's now full up. I'll talk to you when we're there. Right, so we are now in Watford, a few minutes away for Tune 4 Performance. Now if you click the card above, this is where I went to get the Abarth remapped about 3 or 4 months ago. Now the intention was I went to get the car remapped and pops and bangs added, just like my parents' comp had. Now the remap worked fine for my parents' comp and so did the pops and bangs. But in my case, because my car is 2018 compared to my 2016 parents' comp, the remap went fine on mine, but the pops and bangs didn't go on. Now, I think there's just a bit more investigation that needs to be happened to my ECU. Now, I wasn't too bothered at the time about the pops and bangs. I thought, well, at least my car's faster, that's all I care about. But then saying that, pops and bangs is a bit of fun. It's another thing to get people looking at your car, you know. And I'm not going to have this car forever, and I know there are sort of warnings that come with having pops and bangs. You know, it can damage your catalytic converter, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to have the car long for that to affect this car in my ownership anyway. And you can always get it taken off. So I've thought about it while I've been at work and been on my own sort of working away. I thought about it and I thought, you know what, I'm going to message Tony at Tune 4 Performance, and I'm going to head up there and see if it is something that can be put onto my car, you know. So yeah, I phoned him. Luckily he's got a space Saturday, so I've been up since and on the road since 7:30 when I should be in bed having a lay-in. And I've risked my life on horrible windy and wet motorways to get the pops and bangs done, so hopefully it works this time, and hopefully Tony can put it maybe on a bit more aggressively in order for it to show up on the car in the first place. So yeah, let's go and get this done. Right guys, so we've just left Tune 4 Performance and headed to the local Tesco's, which is local to Tune 4 Performance. The reason being is obviously Tony has accepted my invitation to go back there and obviously for him to look into the pops and bangs. Basically what happened was he had put it in to the map, but the torque and the map was more stronger than the pops and bang map. So it was on there, it just wasn't as strong, so it was getting sort of overlooked. Basically, I think is what he's sort of said. So what he did was he pulled the car into the garage. I didn't film it because there wasn't a lot to film. He pulled the car into the garage, took out the ECU, and I think he was looking different bits up on his laptop. That's when he obviously explained that he did put it on, it just wasn't strong enough, hence why it wasn't working, basically. So yeah, he then took the car out for himself, which is what I wanted, because last time it was my sort of fault for saying it would be okay, and obviously it wasn't. So he took the car out for a drive himself, so he could see that it was working. He obviously then invited me out for a drive, so I then took it out alone, and guys, the pops and bangs is finally officially working. So I mean, naturally, since the sports cat has been added and the Monza exhaust system on this car, it pops naturally, and there was always a natural popping and sort of banging there, but I did want the artificial thing. I've had a thought about it, and I wanted the artificial pops and bangs, and I wanted them to work finally. So yeah, it just makes me fall in love with the car a bit more. You can drive it without pops and bangs. Like if you know where the pops and bangs are mapped, you can drive it without. So you just drive the car a bit more carefully, and it won't happen. But it seems like even when I'm driving it carefully, it's sort of happening slightly. But I'm not complaining. So yeah, we've headed up for Watford. We've got the pops and bangs done. So yeah, I'm at Tesco's because I bought Tony just some chocolates. I don't owe him any money because he was sorting this out for free for me, but he doesn't know it yet. But I'm going to go back and just get him some chocolates just to say, look, thanks for booking me in so quickly, and thanks for sorting and making me one happy Abarth owner girly. Back in the car after Tesco's. I did originally buy Tony a pack of Celebrations and a pack of Heroes, but they were in little small packs, so I've just upgraded him, because I've left him behind at home, to some massive boxes of round chocolates. Also, this Tesco's is the coolest Tesco's in the world. Not only have I just walked out and seen a cat sat in Tesco's that I just stroked and I thought, what the hell? A 124 spiders just rolled in, black ones. I was like, oh. But yeah, there was this cat just sat there, and I just said to this trolley bloke, I said, is that cat usually in there? Like, what the hell? And he was like, oh yeah, it lives over the road and comes in. And then I couldn't get away from the trolley boy, so I walked and he was still talking to me. But yeah, let's go back to Tony. I might just pretend my car's broken, just because I'm just funny like that. And I'll give him the chocolates. Let's go back there, and then we can finally go home. I've just bought myself a bit of chocolate as well. I haven't eaten since 7 o'clock this morning, and now I've got a 2-hour drive back. But let's go back to Tune Performance, and then I'll get the GoPro up and we'll get first reactions of the pops and bangs. Right, so I've just gone back into Tony and handed him the massive tubs of Heroes and Celebrations, and yeah, it was nice because I could have gone in there and kicked off at him, you know, you promised me pops and bangs and it isn't working. But obviously it's just one of those things, every car is different, and that's the whole point about Tune for Performance. It's not just, you know, they'll send you a chip and just plug it in. Every car, he customises every map for every car with his rolling road. And it's just one of those things, you know, I took the car away, the pops and bangs didn't work. I thought, I'm not really bothered, so I've left it for a few months. And I thought, do you know what, I know what will make me fall in love with the car again. That'll be trying to resolve this issue of the pops and bangs. So I phoned him like Wednesday and said, look, is there any chance you're around on Saturday? He said, yeah, there is actually. So I've made a 2-hour journey there. I spent time on petrol and money on petrol, but that's not the point. The point is, you know, I want to get it sorted, and he's a nice enough guy to invite me up and look into it for me for free. So that's why I just wanted to give him a few tubs of chocolates, because I appreciate people like that. And like I said, I could have handled the whole situation differently, but what's the point? Being horrible doesn't get you anywhere. Right, bridge, let's just do this thing. I've gone in there with a smiling face, and I've come out with an even bigger smile on my face, because he has sorted the issue, and I'm very happy. And yeah, this is, you know what I'm like with my cars, I give them back way quickly, and I was starting to feel that with my car. I was starting to lose a bit of love with it, and I thought, do you know what, if I get this fixed, it'll make me fall in love with the car even more. It'll make me want to drive it in sports mode even more, because I haven't been lately. And yeah, thanks to Tony and him sorting this issue has made me fall in love with my car back more. He's going to make me use more fuel for having it in sports mode and doing this pops and bangs. That's probably not true, but yeah, thanks to him, I'm probably going to keep this car for a bit longer, because it's just a whole lot more fun. And yeah, that's what it's all about, just being spontaneous, having a car that you love, driving it making all sorts of noise out the back. It's not for everyone's taste, I get that, but I'm just all about a bit of fun, me. I'm cheeky, I've got a cheeky Italian car, and I've got loud pops and bangs coming out my quad Monza exhaust system. So yeah, I'm happy. Right, when we get back home, I'll probably put the GoPro in the back and do some proper outside footage. Now it's stopped raining anyway. I've now got a 2-hour drive home, and yeah, what a day it's been. The weather looks a bit more drier, hopefully no more aquaplaning for the little bath, because it's not very fun. So yeah, let's do this. I'll see you when we're home, and we'll get some shots of the outside. So guys, I made it back from Watford in one piece with my pops and bangs on my Abarth. I've just driven to my parents' house and took my dad out in the car. Now we've come to the conclusion that my pops and bangs aren't as obvious as they are in my parents' comp. I mean, every Abarth's different, which is why mine needed tweaking for them to even show up, but they are definitely there. The more I get experience driving with the pops and bangs, the more I'll probably learn how to deliberately do it. But it'll just happen randomly. Like earlier on the motorway, I was in 5th gear, took my foot off the accelerator, it was cruising, all of a sudden, blah, 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 just randomly, and it's like, well, all right then, okay, Abarth. Or, you know, there are ways to deliberately do it. So I think once I've driven it for a few weeks and I know how to push the pops and bangs buttons as such, I'll do more sort of noise from the rear. But I'm going to go home to my house now because the weather still isn't great, and then I'll do some outside driving shots like I promised you guys tomorrow. But yeah, that's just my review, but it's noticeably there, it's obvious, it's now working. But my version is sort of nice and subtle, but it just does what it wants. When I'm not expecting it to, it does it. Even if I'm not giving it some and I'm just cruising around, you know, in a car park in first gear, it'll do it, or second gear, I'm turning into another road, it'll do it. So yeah, mine's, unlike my parents, they have to deliberately do it. Mine's always there whether I want it to or not, and that's pretty cool. But it's just not as obvious, but it is definitely there. So I am happy, I can live with that. We've got pops and bangs. I was at my parents' house, we were talking about having like a Christmas do. Now last year we held a Christmas do for the Abarth Owners Club in Dorset. What I'm saying is I'm thinking of doing that as well, so we'll go to a pub for like a roast dinner, obviously traditional Christmas, etc. Well, not only that, I was thinking about having an AOC Dorset / Driven 24/7. God, it's doing it loads now going down on the way home. Old people, move out the way, you must be able to hear my car. Yeah, you can now. So yeah, what I was thinking of doing was having an AOC Dorset / Driven 24/7 evening meet up, go to a pub, have a roast dinner, have some drinks. I'm thinking about doing it the first week in December. So if you want to come, what I'll do is I can now I'm at that subscriber account, I can now post updates instead of having to post a video. So I can write stuff, or like on Facebook you can do like a status update. So what I'll probably do is I'll make like a little poster when I've got a date in mind, and I'll put it up on my YouTube, and then I'll mention it in future videos. It'll probably be held Dorset, obviously I'm in Dorset, so it will be held here down south. Nice country pub, I've got a pub in mind. So yeah, if you want to come, leave a comment down below, or just keep a lookout on my sort of shit, nearly killed my first pheasant. Or just keep a lookout on my YouTube for a poster or a banner, but I'll let you know, guys know. So if you want to come, that if you haven't got an Abarth, it doesn't matter, that's what I mean. For any car lover, if you want to come and have dinner with me, it's not a date, but if you want to have dinner with me and some other car enthusiasts, then let me know you're interested. I'll show the pops and bangs to the German car enthusiast, which is my fiance Dale. He's just going back in to lock up, and I'll take him out and get his thoughts. Also, sad thing is the Proton's now gone, but the good thing is it has gone to my brother, so the driveway has freed up another space. I'll go down here, there's a car coming. But yeah, the Proton has gone, which means we can concentrate more on the Abarth, and we can concentrate more on, when the weather's decent, getting the old Seat 127, get some money invested in that. But yeah, the Abarth's done for a bit now, I'm happy with that. Obviously, if any companies do want to send me free stuff, I'm not going to say no, and I'll do a video for you. But yeah, very happy to take Dale out. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to stop filming now, see you tomorrow. So we have just come back from doing some of the outside shots and the GoPro shots on exhaust. I've just got my fiance Dale in the car because he's going to explain to you in mechanical sort of terms my version of the pops and bangs that has finally been added on to my modified Abarth 595 Trofeo. So with my parents' one, and I might just put a clip in now, theirs is more like a gunshot sort of constant. There's ways to make it do it, whereas mine, there's not a way to do it, it just does it automatically. But mine does it differently to theirs, doesn't it?
He's mapped yours off of the torque curve on yours.
Yeah.
And yours almost sounds like, almost like an old school sort of rally car sort of thing, when it's like pre-catalytic converters, where when you used to come off the throttle, they'd pop and bang and crackle on overrun as the engine runs down.
But yeah,
that's what yours is doing.
Mine's on overrun, so it's doing
it's on overrun, and it
in pops and crackles, then bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's on overrun. It's also on the upshifts as well. But it's mostly if you come off the throttle and the engine overruns and runs down, that's when you get it on yours. Yeah,
because mine is always there, whereas with mum and dad's, they have to make it do it.
Yeah.
And theirs is accelerate. When they accelerate, they come off and it goes bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, but it stays at a static rate, almost like the engine note doesn't change.
And mine, when I rev it, it does it, because I'm revving it, it will do bang, 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 bang. But when I'm driving it along, it's not as obvious as that, but it does it in the pops and crackles.
It's only doing it pretty much on the down run. As the engine's dropping speed, it's then popping, cracking and banging the whole way down the rev range as it does it, which is what like an old school car would do.
Yeah. But I prefer my one. I think it's subtle and it's always there. Whether I want it to or not, it's always there, and I like that. So, yeah, let me know your comments below. Do you prefer the in-your-face bang, 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 or do you prefer my subtle pops and bangs?
It's not subtle.
It's not, is it?
It's not subtle at all. There's nothing subtle about it.
It's less Asbo as such, but I like it.
It sounds, what my opinion on it is, it's more classy. It's like an old school sort of rally car. They crackle and bang and everything all on the down run of the revs, which sounds awesome, and that's what yours is doing.
So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you give this video a like if you now like the fact that my Abarth has finally got the pops and bangs working. Also, let me know your thoughts on the Driven 24/7 / AOC Christmas meal. I'll be putting like a little poster up soon about some dates, or a date, and if you want to come, then obviously let me know your interest, and make sure you follow me on Instagram, and you can follow Dale's. I'll put it, just do an arrow Dale, like down there. Dale's name will come up. You can follow him on Instagram as well. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe. Show your love to my Driven 24/7 Automotive YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit that bell.
Instagram page.
Just said that.
Oh.
And I'll see you later. I'm very happy with this car now. I'm going to keep it for a bit longer now. Mark my words. All good. Bye.